Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, you're very welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. For those that are new, I post my videos on Thursdays and Sundays at 6:30 p.m. So make sure to press that subscribe button and press the bell button to get notifications when I post more of my videos. Welcome back to Poetry Thursday, and today is actually kind of a part 2 to last week's video about all without a plan is just a wish. This is like more the practical side to it and sort of a way to make sure that you achieve the goals that you want to achieve in 2021. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I talked about a quote that I heard that said, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." Today I'm talking about the practical side to achieving your goals, to making sure 2021 is the best year of your life in terms of you attacking the things that you want to go after, in terms of you doing the things that you said you want to do and keeping your promise to yourself. In terms of making goals, I think there are basic fundamentals that you need to have in check. One, you need to know what the hell you want. What is it that you want to experience within this year? How is this year relevant in terms of your future goals, the goals that you have maybe in your 5-year plan, in your 3-year plan, your 10-year plan? How can this year be relevant to your broader goal? I think the way I've started breaking down my yearly goals is the experiences I want to have, my growth, and also the contribution I want to have. As good as it is to work on yourself and do things that benefit you, how are you benefiting the greater humanity? Because once you start working in terms of other people and not just yourself, it pushes you to achieve your goals. So it's also, the universe reacts very well to someone that is giving. A given person receives a lot more. And I think it's just sometimes that growth within yourself, the benefits you reap out of that, sometimes giving to charity, whether it's giving your time, giving your money, giving to charity or giving to someone who's less fortunate than you, actually turns out to be of a greater service to you just because of how you feel about yourself. The way I break it down is experiences. Like, what experiences do I want to have? One of the things that I want to do in 2021 is skydiving. This has been on my list for years. The level of growth for me that I want to achieve in 2021 is financial literacy. Like, I want to be financially literate. That will include reading books, that will include courses, taking time out for me to actually learn, for me to be able to manage money properly, understand how money works, understand how to make it, how to keep it, how to grow it, exponentially, how to grow it over a long period of time. And things like this, like that's one of my goals in terms of growth, financial growth. In terms of contribution, for me, I think I want to contribute a lot more in terms of like these YouTube videos. I want to put out content that is relevant, content that is practical, content that kind of is steps towards you doing whatever it is the topic of that conversation is. Something that people can take notes on and implement and actually see changes. For me to be able to do that, I need to learn how to do that and then try to find a way that works for me and the way I talk and my content, and then, you know, bring that out and make sure I portray in a way that people are able to understand, people are able to learn from and also remember. So yeah, that's sort of the contribution part. That's just one aspect of it. You to be able to do those things, you need to know what you want. What is it that you want? You also have to know what you don't want. Before the year ends, reflect back on how 2020 has been. What are the things that you have done that you are so proud of? Things that you want to carry forward, things that have benefited you. What have you done in 2020? Or what characteristics have you developed? What habits have you developed in 2020 that you want to carry forward because they have worked for you? In the same breath, what have you done or what haven't you done in 2020 that, or things that you've done you need to let go of in 2021? Like, you are not trying to bring that into another year. What is it that you failed to do that you need to do in 2021 for it to be the best year of your life, for you to achieve the things that you want to achieve? Write that down, which is a very key point. Write things down. When you make your goals, you better write them down Otherwise, forget about them, because over a period of 6 months, you are going to forget about them. You might have a list of 12 things that you want to achieve in the year and only remember 3. That does you no good. Like, you're not going to achieve the things that you set out to achieve if you do that. And with writing your goals down, there's a method I heard that's called the SMART method. And I think I've spoken about this before actually. And SMART basically means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic or relevant, time bound. So basically with your goals, you have to be specific with your goals. Like, one thing I've sort of been learning gradually over time is that whenever, even if it's through prayer, if it's through the universe, or however you speak to a higher power that is out there, how you speak to God, whatever method you use, make sure you are specific with your goals. You can't just say you want more money, because when you pick up 5p from the floor, that is more money. If you want more money, or if you want more of something, be specific. How much do you want? A measurable goal would be signposts. That's a way of measuring success or measuring the progress you've made towards this goal. It's maybe you're writing an assignment. It's, maybe reaching 1,000 words. Things like that help to show that you are progressing in the right direction. With the time frames, you also have to be very careful, because if the time frame is very restrictive, one, it's harder for you to achieve that goal. And if it doesn't happen within that time frame, sometimes you feel disheartened and you may not keep going because you're like, but I haven't achieved my goal. So with time frames, you have to be very careful, and you also have to know yourself, how you relate with these things. Are you someone who becomes disheartened when you haven't achieved your goals or when things don't go to plan? If you're that kind of person, then have signposts of success. Whenever this happens, I know I'm halfway to reaching my goal, or I'm a quarter of the way to reaching my goal. Signposts of success, and making sure that you keep track of those things to make sure that you keep moving forward in the direction that you want to take in terms of your goals. Achievable, make sure that it's something that you can do. Realistic or relevant, like make sure that your goal is realistic. Dream big, but you need to be realistic. Like, if you're gonna dream big, don't then put a very short time frame to that big goal. It could happen like that. Chances are it's not gonna happen like that. It might take a bit of time to get the ball rolling, to get things in order, for you to understand how things work and how to maneuver yourself around. So be realistic with the goal. If it's a big goal, make sure it is not constrained to a specific or a short time frame. Also make sure that you have signposts on the way to tell you whether you're going in the right direction or not in terms of achieving that goal. Time bound is basically a realistic time frame. Make sure that your goal is in a time frame that it is achievable. Like, you can't say you want to work 27 hours in a day when there's only 24. That's unrealistic. This is just a silly example I can give. But then that also ties in with what I was saying in terms of having signposts of success. Like, if you don't want to put a time frame to it, have signposts of success, things that you measure on the way to reaching that goal. That bigger goal basically has specific signposts to tell you that you are progressing towards your end goal. After you've written your goals down, make sure it's something you come back to frequently. This is a major mistake that people make. They will make their goals, they will make their New Year's resolutions, whatever they want to achieve within that year, how they want to change, and they'll think about it in their mind and just say, these are my New Year resolutions, and they don't write them down. Because once you write something down, you bring it into the world. It's called the reticular activating system in your brain that allows you to then realize things or pay attention to specific things that you want, or specific things that are going to help you to achieve that goal. Like the prime example I can give you is, like, let's say if you're looking for a car and you found a car that you specifically want. Because you want that car, you will start seeing it everywhere. It doesn't mean that car was not on the road beforehand. It's just your mind was not conditioned to recognize that car. But now that you've brought it into your attention, into the front of your mind, you're now seeing it everywhere. That kind of works in a similar way. So if you have a certain goal, you then start realizing like coaching things, like books that talk about that subject, or whatever it is that pushes you towards that goal or propels you towards reaching that goal. And once you've written your goals down, write them in a place where you can go back to them often. Like even if it's on a monthly basis, like what I tend to do is that I make my yearly goals, and then within the month I make my monthly goals based on my yearly goals. I'm constantly going back to my yearly goals to see what else I haven't done yet, that list for me to attack that month. I wouldn't say put like 12 goals down since there's 12 months, because some things would take a bit longer, but have things that you want to achieve. Maybe it might be 6 things, and make sure you go back to it every month and make your monthly goals based on your yearly goals. And then what I do is that my weekly goals are based on my monthly goals. So that means every week I'm basically taking smaller steps towards reaching this bigger goal that I have for the year. That helps you to be able to achieve everything that you want to do, because it's easy to forget. As the year progresses, you can easily forget the things that you said you wanted to achieve. Making sure that every month you're making your monthly goals based on your yearly goals means that you're constantly on track to reaching what you want to do. And also you don't forget it, because every month you're going back to it, and every week you're going back to your monthly goals, which are based on your yearly goals. That's a key step to making sure that the year is successful in whatever way you deem the year to be successful as. Make sure you write your goals down. Make sure you know what you want. Make sure you know what you don't want. What experiences do you want to have? How do you want to grow? How do you want to contribute to the world? And make sure you write all of that down. Make sure you have a mission and vision statement for the year. What is it that you want to do? How do you want to develop as a person? Like, what do you want to experience in this whole year? How do you want your whole year to be like? What kind of person do you want to be at the end of it? And just making sure that you keep track of these things, have signposts of success, have signposts of progression towards your goals, and yeah, that will help you to achieve all that you want to achieve. Just to show you guys, I have this lovely book. It says My Life Loading. This is the book I write my yearly goals. This is the book I write things within the year that have happened that I feel like has shifted my perspective, things that have helped me to develop, things that I've learned maybe in a book that I'm like, oh wow, this is really key, or this is something that I think has really helped me towards this, that helped me towards, you know, fighting fear, has helped me to expand my mind on this. I would write it down in this book, and this is basically a way of me journaling things that I can go back to. And one of my plans in the future is to write a book, and I know writing things down like this is gonna help me, because just relying on your mind alone is, yes, our minds are very powerful, but we are easy to forget as we get sidetracked by secondary things that happen in life. And everything that happens in life, you get sidetracked and it's easy to forget. If I have this down, I can go back to it. My yearly goals, I can go back to them every month. I look through just to see what I haven't done yet, or what I still need to do, and it helps just to keep me, you know, on track. And yeah, but along with this, I have several other notepads that I use for many different things. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in Sunday's video. Bye guys.